See human feet?
Human. Mm-hmm. Are they large feet or small feet?
It's fairly normal.
Mm-hmm. Does it feel like they're male feet or female feet?
Male.
Male. Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
I'm not sure.
What's the first number that pops into your mind? When I ask, how old are you?
30?
30. Very good. So I want you to take a moment now and notice how it is that you're dressed there. Look down at your legs, your feet. Describe them for me.
I'm barefoot on the grass. That's everything I see.
Yes. Are you on the grass?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So walk a little bit. What does that grass feel like beneath your feet?
Feel warm and crisp.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And as you're walking, you can look at your legs and see how you're dressed or what you're wearing. What's the first thing that pops into your mind?
Just shorts. I don't think I'm wearing much.
Mm-hmm. On your top? Notice if you're wearing anything on the top.
No top, I don't think.
No top. So imagine that you are looking at your hands and your arms stretched out in front of you. What do they look like? What color are their arms?
I feel like they're similar to what I am right now.
Okay. And if you turn your hands over and feel your fingers, do they feel soft, or perhaps are these working hands? What do you notice?
Pretty soft.
Soft, very good. As you're walking around in this body, does it seem to be the same body that you have now or a different body? Don't analyze it, just know it.
Not sure.
Okay, so let's find out a little bit about you. Besides the fact that you're on this grass, let's go to the place in which you live. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you will be in front of the place that you call home. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. What's the first thing you notice?
It's a wooden feel.
It's a wooden,
brown, like dark brown home.
Mm-hmm. Is it a large home or a small home?
It's not large, but spacious for one.
Okay. What's it made out of? Wood?
Yes, wood.
Mm-hmm. How do you get inside of this place?
A door.
All right, let's go inside. Tell me what's the first thing you see as you walk inside?
It's an open space, so both like living area, dining area, you can see it all.
Mm-hmm. Does this home feel modern to you or old?
I it's like a mix.
Yes.
They don't feel too old, but it's like a dark brown cabin feel like.
Okay. And if you were to guess without analyzing it, what year is this? What number pops up into your mind right away?
Just like first number was 19 something, that was it.
Okay, very good. Very good. So let's find out if you live with anybody in this home. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll be having a meal in your home. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. Look down. What is it that you're eating?
Bread.
Anything else?
Milk.
Yes.
Butter.
Is there anybody sitting with you? Or are you by yourself?
Think about myself.
So take a moment and connect with your emotions there. What does it feel like?
Like tranquil.
Yes. And just by curiosity, have you always lived in this home by yourself? Or have there been others that live there with you? Feel it.
I feel like I was not alone before.
Yes. Tell me about that. Yes.
Yeah. Alone now, but house feels like there could have been more.
Yes. Do you feel some sort of an absence?
A little bit.
So let's find out a little bit about those that lived there with you before. I'm going to count backwards this time, and you'll go back to where you were with others in that place. 3, 2, and 1. You're there now. Notice how old you are there. Don't think about it, just know it. Are you a child? An adult?
I think I'm not too different.
And who is in the home with you?
Wife and a child.
Yes. Yes, feel it. Connect with your emotions. How does it feel to have a home with your family there?
Feels good.
So take a moment and look into your wife's eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. Does she seem familiar to you? Have you seen those eyes before?
Not sure.
And what about your child? Is it a male or female?
It's a very little boy.
A little boy. Notice how your relationship is with this little boy. How you feel.
It's good. It's fun. It's joyful, I think, overall.
Yes. Very good. Let's find out about how it is that you support your family. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And you'll see yourself doing the work that you do in that lifetime. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. See yourself doing your work. What kind of work do you do?
Chopping wood.
So you must be very strong.
Perhaps.
Is it easy for you to chop this wood?
Yeah.
So notice how you feel about your work.
It's good. It's, just honest work.
Okay, very good. Do you do anything with the wood that you chop?
Sell them, use them.
So let's move to a time in which you are actually building something with that wood. I'm going to count to 3, and you'll see yourself working with that wood that you've chopped. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. What is it that you're doing?
They built that house.
Notice how it feels to be in that house that you've built with your own hands.
It's nice. Proud work.
Yes. Yes. Putting a roof over your family and working. Good. So let's find out what happens with your family. I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and you'll see why it is that you're no longer with them. 1, 2, and 3. What's happening? Yes.
They're leaving?
Tell me about that.
She and the child just leaving temporarily. It's like,
Yes. How is this making you feel?
not too sad or anything. Just see you when you guys come back type thing.
Okay. So fast forward a little bit more and let's see what happens with your wife and child. What happens next?
Oh, I think I'm still waiting.
Yes. How long has it been, do you imagine, since they've left?
Like a month or so?
Yes. How is this making you feel?
Just waiting.
Yes. Advance a little bit more and see if they come home. What happens next?
I think I'm just alone.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What has happened to your wife and child?
Don't know.
Mm-hmm. Advance a little bit more. Do they ever return?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to notice what's been the most difficult moment so far in this life.
Not knowing.
Mm-hmm. And when you're in a state of not knowing, what are your physical reactions?
Just low energy.
Mm-hmm. And when you feel this low energy, what are your emotional reactions?
Lonely and
Yes?
just empty.
Empty, yes. So when you're feeling lonely and empty, what are your mental reactions?
Still try to remain strong
Yes.
somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So think about all of these things and how it is that it's affecting you in the lifetime that you're living as John. When you're not knowing something, you have low energy, you feel lonely and empty, and you try to remain strong. What does that make you do in the life as John?
Just do what I can.
Mm-hmm. And what does that prevent you from doing?
Perhaps finding out the truth.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll be at the last day of that lifetime. 1, 2, and 3. How old are you there? Do you feel young or old there?
Older.
Mm-hmm. What's going on in your life?
Not much.
Not much. So move to the moment in which your body dies. What's happened? Feel the sensations. What's going on with the body? Mm-hmm. First thing that comes to your mind. What has happened?
Just keep hearing that a tree fell on
A
me.
tree fell on you. Mm-hmm. Yes. Notice where it fell on you.
Just from behind, I think. And that's really it.
Yes. So allow your soul to leave that body. And as you look back at this lifetime, what did you learn from it?
Solitude.
Yes. Yes. Why do you imagine that you had to learn about solitude?
Sure.
So I'd like for you to go into the light now. And as you go into the light, everything from this lifetime is finished. It's complete. And you'll be met by your guide. What does your guide tell you about that life that you've just lived?
You've done well.
And from the light, you'll be able to see and meet with your wife and your child once again. What do they tell you when you see them?
Missed you. Missed you.
And you can ask them, where did they go? What does your wife tell you? What happened to them when they left you?
Oh, they must have died somehow.
Yes. So I want you to think about all of the things that you thought about for so many years while they were gone, not knowing. And notice how that has affected you. Are you holding on to anything about losing a loved one? Notice where it is that you're holding all of this. All of these fears. All of these doubts. Where are you holding all of it?
Yeah, my stomach, torso area.
Yeah.
Been getting hot a little bit.
So do you think it's wise to continue to hold on to something that doesn't belong to the lifetime in which you're living now as John?
No.
Are we ready to relieve yourself of all of that? All right. So I'd like for you to just envision your wife and son in front of you. And I'm going to sound the tuning fork. And I want you to release all of those doubts and fears. And let them go. They don't belong to you any longer. All of those doubts that connected you with these two, the fears, the safety, let it go now. They are safe. They don't belong to you any longer. Release all of that. They are safe. You're with them now. And as you see your wife and child in front of you now you could look into their eyes and feel their soul. Do you recognize them now? Do they seem familiar?
Not sure.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Just glad to see them again.
Very good. So give them a nice embrace, knowing that you are together. And allow your soul to release all of those pains and fears and doubts, knowing that you are together once again. And with that, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll go to another lifetime that is affecting the life that you're living now. 1, 2, feel it in your soul now, and 3. Where are you? What is this place?
First thing just popped in was battlefield.
A battlefield, very good. So get your bearings of where you are and what your body looks and feels like. Are you on the battlefield?
Yeah, on it. And just, armored up.
Yes, notice what type of armor you're wearing.
It's silver.
It's silver. Is it all over your body or just in certain parts?
I think it's all over, like full.
And are you walking or riding something?
I think I'm walking.
So notice what it feels like to have to walk with all of this armor on you. How does that make the body feel?
Well, heavy, but I'm used to it.
Do you feel strong there? Yes. And notice what type of weapons that you have. If you're on this battlefield, what do you use?
Sword and shield.
And imagine if you were in front of a spiritual mirror. What do you look like there? Look at your face.
I think I'm wearing, the helmet too, so I can't see. Just it's so full.
Is this helmet on your entire head or just on the top? What does it look like?
It's entire head. Bit triangular at the top.
Yes. Yes.
It's like a long, little bit elongated helmet, it feels like.
Yes. And if you were to look at the entire globe, what part of the world are you on in which you're on this battlefield? The first thing that comes to your mind.
It was Europe.
Europe, Tell me more about what you do there.
A general.
Yes. Are you responsible for many men?
I think so.
How does that feel to have that responsibility?
It's a big task.
Are you up to that task?
More or less.
Mm-hmm. Are you confident in your abilities?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let's find out a little bit about what's going on in this battlefield. Advance a little bit more and let's see what action is going on. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll see what happens. 1, 2, and 3. What's happening?
It's after the battle, and just checking casualties.
Yes.
Discussing what to do next and such.
Mm-hmm. Have you lost many men in this battle?
Yeah, like as usual.
Yes.
Always losses.
Yes. How does that make you feel?
It's part of the job.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think can't feel too much into it.
Mm-hmm. So what happens next for you?
I think just in contemplation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, tell me about that.
Yeah, what is it worth it?
Mm-hmm.
Waging those casualties versus what we're trying to do, I guess.
Yeah. So what's the most difficult part of your job there?
Just being in the middle, I guess, is a general.
Mm-hmm.
Between, the men and the orders.
Yes.
Above.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the middle, as a general, I think. So.
Yes. And when you need to be in the middle of all of this, on both sides, notice how you handle this. What are the emotions that come up?
You have to be wise.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to have someone relate to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As much.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's move forward. I'm going to count to 3. Advance to the next important moment in that life when something affects you. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. What's happening?
Battle.
Mm-hmm.
On a horse. And being attacked, basically.
Yes. What happens next?
Fall off the horse. Resume the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Get hit from behind.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
I didn't get taken out, but I think I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
Some men helped me carry. Yeah, help me carry.
Yes. happens next? Where did they take you?
Like to the tent area.
Yes.
Check the wounds and stuff, I think.
Where are the wounds? Notice what part of the body has been affected.
The back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where I got hit from the behind.
Yes.
So.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to notice that back. Is that the same place where the tree fell on?
Could be the tree, probably, you know, it was large, so it covered the whole back, but I think it overlaps.
Okay, very good. So let's move forward to the next important moment. I'm going to count to 3. At 3, you'll be in this important time. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. What's happening?
I'm laying down, you know, due to this injury.
Yes. How old is your body there? Are you young or much more mature?
Not too different.
Okay. What's happening to you?
Just in pain, probably.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll make it.
So advance a little bit more and tell me what happens. What happens next?
I think I die.
All right. So I want you to look at this life that you've just lived and the way you died. What's been the most difficult part of all of this?
Just wanting freedom. But we just carried out orders.
And when you have to carry out orders from somebody else, what are your physical reactions?
Well, it's not good when I'm not in agreement with the order.
Yeah, so when you're not in agreement with the orders, how does your body react?
Gets heated.
And as it gets heated, what are the emotional reactions that you're having?
Anger, confliction.
And as you're angry and have these conflicts, what are your mental reactions?
Just gotta do the job.
So think about all of these things and how it is that it's affecting the life as John. when you want your own freedom, but you have to carry out orders that you disagree with. You get heated. You know you're not good when you're not in agreement with them. You feel angry, you get conflicted, but you got to do the job. How is this now affecting you in the life as John? What does it make you do?
Just, we can't be completely true.
And when you cannot be completely true, what does that prevent you from doing?
Being just living honestly. And
yes,
it's just conflicted,
So I'd like your soul to go to those rulers in which gave you these orders that you didn't agree with. And notice how many there are. Who is the ruler?
Feels like some king.
Look into his eyes. Does he seem familiar to you? Have you seen those eyes before?
Not sure.
Okay. So I want you to talk to that king and explain to him that because of his ideas, that he made you kill a lot of your men, get them killed, that you lost a lot of pieces of yourself, of your soul, watching your men die, and that you yourself lost your own life. I want you to tell that king that he took from you all of your power and you want it back. Go ahead and tell him that. In your own words.
Because of your ignorance and greed, there are many losses.
Yes. And you could tell him that you had to give up a part of your soul for you not to hurt for those lives. Tell him how that feels.
I had to sacrifice a lot for something so childish, and it's just stupid.
And that he was taking all of your power and you want it back. Tell him, I want my power back.
I want my power back from everything I lost due to your selfishness.
Yes. Open your arms and receive that power back. Take it back. That's it. Feel that power coming back to you. It's yours. Everything you stood for as a human, as a compassionate soul, he had sucked from you, and you're taking it all back. That's it. It's yours. And I want you to notice now that you have your power. Is there anything that you took from him in order to have to be so cold and calculating? And is there anything there that he implanted in you
Just his demeanor.
And notice where you're holding all of that. Where are you holding all of that coldness?
In my head area, I think.
Good. Pull it out. It's not yours. Those mind games to make you feel compassionate towards the king and not towards other men. Pull all of that out. It doesn't belong to you anymore. Clear your head of that. And now I'd like for your soul to go back to that body and heal that body of those wounds. And tell me when you're done. Use your light. And as you feel that body complete, I'd like for you to go ahead and take your soul complete into the light now, knowing that with the death of that body, that experience is over. that experience no longer is going to affect any lifetime. That any time that you meet with anyone who scolds orders that don't fit with your agenda, that it's not going to affect you, because it's not that life any longer. You're not going to lose your life over those orders. Just let it go. And as your soul travels into the light, you can look back at this lifetime and seeing what it is that you experienced, what you needed to learn in that life as that soldier, that general. What was that all about?
Leadership.
Yes. What did you learn about leadership?
It's not easy. And it's not for everybody.
Yes. So what decision did you make about leadership that could be affecting the life as John?
I can and want to lead, but oftentimes I don't want that direct responsibility.
Yes. So I want you to think about that decision that you made about leadership. Does that belong to your life now as John, or to somebody else's life? Feel it in your gut. Is it your decision or somebody else's?
I'm not sure.
Well, it wasn't this lifetime, was it? It was a different lifetime in which that leadership meant sacrifice. So it's time to make another decision. I want you to just say out loud. I used to believe that it was true, but it's not anymore.
It's not true anymore.
And make a new decision about what the leadership is going to look like to you moving forward.
I can lead with love and freely.
Beautiful. So I want you to put that in your heart, knowing that once you make a decision, so be it. Notice how that feels. leading from the heart with love?
It feels right.
Very good. Very good. So with that, let's take that soul into the light, knowing that the experience is over, and I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And allow your soul to take you on a journey to where it is that you came from before you came to earth. 1, allow your soul to lead. 2, and 3. What is this place?
Yeah, I'm on like a mothership.
Tell me about it. What does it look like to you? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Just the headquarters.
The headquarters. What do you look like there? Look at your body. What does it look like?
You know, I'm like bluish. Bluish being. And
yes.
Yeah, kind of like an alien probably.
So imagine if you were looking into an alien mirror and you could see your reflection. Describe yourself to me. What's the first thing you notice?
Like first thing that came to mind was like the face of or the eyes, like the grays, but like bluish being, and not this thing like this. It's like,
What do you imagine that is that's on top of your head?
it's like like an antenna type thing.
Is that part of your body? Okay. What else do you notice? Do you have any hair?
No hair.
No hair. What about a nose or a mouth?
Small nose, small mouth.
Any ears?
Yeah, I think like an ear hole.
Ear hole. And look at your body. What do you notice first about your body? Look at your arms, your legs, your torso. What do you notice?
Well, I feel like it's still like a body is a humanoid form.
Yes. Are there any differences than the human on Earth?
Like less fingers, maybe.
Less fingers. How many fingers do you count? Just see them in front of you.
I keep thinking 3.
That's fine. I don't want you to analyze it. Just know it. And are you wearing anything?
Yeah, like a suit.
What color is this suit?
Like dark navy.
And this suit, does it take up your entire body?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool looking suit.
Tell me about it. What does it look like?
Kind of mixed with kind of like the Star Trek type sleek look with some more I think, decorations on it, or, you know, to show your position, something
Yes.
like that.
And these decorations, are they just for showing positions, or do they do something? Go ahead and touch it and see if it does anything.
Yeah, I think it has some functionalities too.
What do you imagine it does?
Like tap it, like some sort of hologram screen type thing can be visible. So
Yes.
communication, maybe.
Very good. And on this mothership, are there others with you?
Yes, yes. Many
Many of them.
collaborating.
Do they look like you, or are there different ones?
I think there are many different. Yeah.
So let's find out what it is that you do on this mothership. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I want you to see what it is that you do. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. Where are you?
A laboratory.
Tell me about it. Describe it.
With like 2 other collaborators, and we're in the center of the laboratory, and there's this big like hologram type like data and DNA stuff we can see. Just
What is it?
analyzing and discussing, I think.
What is it that you're analyzing today?
Just the word is improvement.
Okay. Are you responsible for improving something?
Just fine-tuning better ways to put together this light code.
And what is that light code used for?
To send down to the earth.
Okay. All right. So, can I assume that you are some sort of a scientist on this mothership? Or a programmer? What is it that you do?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. Again, we're collaborating, so
Yes.
maybe I think my perspective helps. But I don't think I'm like a full-on scientist.
Okay. So let's find out a little bit about these light codes. Tell me about what the importance of sending these light codes are.
Just to send down for humanity's absorption, and just make it a bit easier, more seamless process for integration.
What kind of integration are we talking about?
Just within individuals, so that as a whole it can raise the collective frequency.
So, what is your role that you have with humanity? Why is it that you are doing this with the light codes? Why is it necessary, should I say?
To help Gaia.
To help Gaia. What is going on with Gaia?
Battling darkness. And we're assisting to restore the balance.
Okay. So how long have you been working on this?
Many years.
Very good. So let's move forward to another moment in that same lifetime in which something important is happening. I'm going to count to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll see what it is that's happening. 1, 2, and 3. What's going on? Yes.
Just discussing, and I guess the results aren't as effective as we would hoped.
Are we talking about those light codes?
Yes.
Yes.
And it just needs more. It just needs more involvement.
What kind of involvement?
More ground crew.
Okay. Tell me more about this.
So someone has to go in person type thing we're discussing.
Is this a representative from your mothership?
Yes, in that same laboratory with the collaborators we're just discussing.
Okay.
And the solution that we're reaching is that we need more ground crew to anchor for these light codes to be more effective.
Okay. So what happens next?
I volunteer eventually because it was like an obvious choice.
And how do you feel about volunteering to be the ground crew on Earth?
Well, it's not the easiest task, but it's an honor. And it's bigger than me.
So let me ask you something. As the developer of these light codes, when you go to Earth as a volunteer, will you be able to integrate the light codes easier than others? Or will you not remember?
I think so. I think it's there will be challenges, but
Yes.
it can happen.
Okay. So I'm going to count to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll be right at the stages before the soul decides to go to Earth. And you'll see what it is that you have planned. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
At the mothership, like I think the area where we get deployed. And amongst others too.
Yes.
Perhaps.
So there's a whole team of you being deployed?
Yeah, perhaps I convinced some other talents.
Yes.
Because it's bigger than me or other individuals, so it needs teamwork.
So as someone who is going to Earth, you're coming into a family with other people. I'd like for you to go to the moment in which you are selecting the family in which you will be born onto. And describe that for me. What happens?
Just selecting favorable DNA.
Yes. What is it that you're looking for in the DNA to be born into?
Not sure, just think the key word was integration.
Okay. And has this soul been to Earth before?
No.
No. So what are you taking from your experience on this mothership to be born onto Earth with? What kind of knowledge or things that are in your toolkit?
Just oneness.
Yes.
Unity consciousness. That's really it. It's just just gotta embody that more, and that's more effective than sending stuff from above.
And how is it that you will accept the light codes that will be sent to you on Earth?
Because I'll be the receiver. Coming from the mothership, which is the transmitter. So I think we can kind of infiltrate, so to say.
Yes.
Infiltrate and stabilize much better than just sending.
Okay. Now, as you're living the life on Earth, will this soul be able to communicate with the mothership at any time?
I think unconsciously there's always uploads and downloads.
Yes.
But without disrupting the human story too much.
Okay, very good. So I'd like for you to see into the future when you finally reach Earth. And notice the challenges that will be before you. What challenges will you be confronting as a human on Earth?
it's like ready to get down, get dirty, get just you gotta open up everything, whatever's to come. You have to just experience it.
Yes. And will the human one be able to connect with you while he sleeps?
I think so.
Very good. So at this moment, as we are communicating, the one that is you on earth is experiencing kind of a loop in which he remembers where he came from. What advice do you give him now that he is on this loop with you? What do you tell him about his mission here and about the light codes?
It's time to play out the sequence. And worry not.
How will he know to play out the sequence?
You'll have to figure it out.
Okay. Will you be able to assist him?
We're always assisting him.
Okay, very good. What else should he know about his life on the mothership?
That he's loved and cherished. And looked out for.
And what about his family on the mothership? Are they connected with him?
I'm not sure.
All right, very good. What else would you like to tell him about his mission and purpose as a human living the life as Chan?
We're all just in service. To the one and to the all. And once you really know, then one can find peace in that.
And is this the purpose of the light codes? To help you with that peace?
Yes, it's just to lead everyone to understand that, we're all one. We're all not that different.
Yes. So moving forward in life, he wants to know what is the deeper meaning of his life. What would you tell him?
Simplify.
Yes.
And just lead with your heart.
Mm-hmm. Very good. How can he inspire the world spiritually?
Already is.
He's already doing it with his life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And something curious. In the work that he does, he's doing music. Is he encoding that music by any chance? With any of those frequencies from the mothership?
Yes, we're finessing it. Making it fun and easy. And again, that's the way to infiltrate in a positive sense, of course, because music can be much more effective, efficient.
Yes. So as he's playing his music that he has developed and having fun with it, he's actually affecting people.
Yes.
Do you have any further advice on how he can use his music in the future to inspire even more?
I think it's all unfolding. And at a good pace.
Very good. I have a question about his stomach issues that he had when he was little. What was that all about?
Integration. It's part of the job.
Okay. Does he need to have to go through these stomach pains anytime he's starting something new? Is that necessary any longer?
No, I think we're reaching a different threshold now.
Okay.
And we're and Gaia is in a different timeline too. So
Good.
we can expect much fairer, clear weather. If that makes sense.
All right, very good. I'm a little curious about the lifetimes that he witnessed and experienced. The one about the man who lost his wife and child, and the one about the soldier. What was the reason why he needed to experience those two lives?
To what it feels like to carry out order that you don't agree with, and just experiencing the results of it.
Yes.
That perhaps would be very impactful, where the soul understands the importance of leading and carrying out the right orders, and how important it is.
Okay, very good. And the one about losing the family?
I think it's just facing the painful truth and still be able to move on, but also when you don't face it, you just need a lot of courage.
Yes. Now, in that lifetime, as this man with this family, he really never got to know what happened to them. He was left waiting, wanting. In the life he's living now, he's faced with also his loved ones, with a limited amount of time ahead. What do you tell him about that? What advice do you have for him?
The biggest thing is learn how to cherish the present moment.
Yes, is he doing that? Or not enough?
No, it's not easy. So, we can't say it's a good job or a bad job he's doing or any other humans are doing. We're all trying our best in this society.
Yes.
So, it'll be a reminder
Yes.
to cherish the present moment, and nothing is forever.
Yes.
And that's the truth that we all must face and accept. And I think once we truly do that, then we can cherish the moment fully. So we're all learning here.
Yes. Very good. So my question is, why was it necessary for him to have this session? What did he need to learn about himself from this experience?
Just pat on the back and just synchronicities happening, and that just might be enough to keep things hopeful, excited, and that this life is headed towards the right direction. And at the same time, it's no fun when a movie that you're watching is spoiled. So even though we're curious, just gotta keep going at it, and when things happen and manifest, it'll be a pleasant surprise.
Wonderful.
So we do not want to spoil all the fun.
Very good. Very good. So I have another question. He is spiritually opening up now. He's learning about divinity, about guides, angels, all of the different things that have been hidden. What do you tell him about that as he awakens more and more?
Just going back to the full beingness. It's nothing new, just remembering.
Very good. Very good. So would it be a good idea for us to activate those light codes now?
Yes.
Very good. So I'd like to sound a tuning fork. But tell me, what color would be the most effective?
Blue and red.
Blue and red. Very good. So I'm going to sound the tuning fork for the blue and red, being on the polarity. And we're going to sound that tuning fork, and I want you to go ahead and begin to activate those light codes that you were always working on, but now it's time to receive. Open it up to receive. And notice if there are any geometrical shapes or lights associated with this.
And 2 triangles, so Merkaba.
Very good. And let me know when it is done.
It's done.
Very good. So with that, is there any additional information or advice that you would like to give him?
Keep up the good work.
Very good. Thank you very much. And with that, I'd like to thank all of those who assisted with this session and revelation. And go ahead and disconnect from those energies now, disconnecting from my heart to yours. And I'm going to count from 1 to 5 with each number. You will be coming back into your body. When I get to number 5, you'll open your eyes with complete control of your mind and your body. And 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Yeah. No, you're right though. It's like, am I just making these up?
You did very well though.
Trying my best to just say stuff.
You did really well. Did it go by quickly for you?
Yeah, I thought that was like a short session.
Okay.
Much shorter than like other people's.
Look how long.
Hour 30. Yeah, I see. Nice.
Not that much shorter.
Yeah.
You did good. You did really good. Did it make sense to you?
Yeah, and
The same stuff you're experiencing now.
yeah, it's just what I assumed that like, oh, we're not gonna tell you stuff easily. So I have to I'm gonna just have to find out, I guess.
Well, you were told everything.
Yeah, but I guess I wanted to know more.
Well, you have to live your life.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. You know?
I guess subconsciously I want a little shortcut or something.
Yeah. Well, everybody else does one, has too. But you have to live your life. That's part of coming to Earth, is getting the experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, so I can't.
It's like, why would you go to school if you already knew all the test questions? You have to.
Yeah, couldn't crack the code even through this session, but that also gives me like, all right, this is like very encrypted, secure.
Well, you realize that you were creating the light codes on that mothership, on that particular mothership, to help humanity, right? So that you can elevate the frequency of Gaia. But it wasn't enough. It's like, well, you have to be the one receiving the light codes and being the transmitter on the ground. So you're basically just a transmitter here, and there's nothing for you to do but just transmit those light codes.
Right.
So you're doing it now with the fun stuff that you're doing, and that's where I tuned into your beats that you're doing. And it's like you're putting out with your passion, with your videos, with your audio, with all of that, you're actually encoding that with your own piece of individuality that's going out to the world. That's how we infuse it. Just like I infuse my videos with my voice and what I channel, you're doing the same thing. Everybody's doing their own individual stuff. So there's really nothing for us to do except be the transmitter of our joy and our passion.
Yeah, I think I just needed this at a, I think, energetic level.
Yeah.
Just some fine tuning that I needed, that I will never know, I guess, right now in this human mind. But
And you're still very young too.
right, so
right now you're not going to be told too much because your job is to experience life. That makes sense?
yeah, I feel like just at an invisible, on the invisible realm, I've been equipped, and now I just gotta like play out the sequence, and then I'll like experience it, and then perhaps then that'll give me more answers. But yeah.
And you realize as being a general for the king, what it feels like. We've already been doing that in your own life. There's a king there.
Yeah, whenever there's somebody incompetent that is giving out orders, and I'm the recipient, then like I don't like it.
Yeah, that's why you had to see that live.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you want to share this?
Yeah. Yeah, there was
nothing,
not much.
There's nothing personal in it.
Yeah,
it's basically, it's all about activating those light codes.
Yeah, and like the premise of like being a general and up in the mothership, like those, I kind of had an idea of it, but it's good to like experience it in this way. And
well, it's a little bit different than what you've done before.
yeah. And yeah, we can share this. This is nothing. So yeah, it'll be cool for other people that who knows what they can pick up from it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow. Hi, John. So, how was that for you?
It was good. It was good. Didn't know what to expect, and it's you gotta be imaginative, and so it was not easy. But
you did it.
Yeah, I did my best.
You did. I think you did great. I don't know how you feel, but I think you did great. So what's it feel like to be in hypnosis?
It doesn't feel like, it felt like you mentioned before the session about kind of breaking down how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like I was not hypnotized, just there. I'm just trying my best to imagine and kind of answer you as quickly as possible before the mind distracts me.
And my question would be, why did you imagine that? You see what I mean?
Yeah, I think because I hear something, try to imagine it, and then the mind is always there to like,
trip you up.
Yeah.
To question
you, judge you, and these things, and also, but at the same time, I think it utilizes, like, as I'm hearing you, it utilizes like references, like what I saw in the movie, that the imagery pops out, and then from there it's going, but then the mind is like, oh, that's just a movie that you watched, so you're saying something fake.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you are in hypnosis. This is the first time you've done it. You start to question yourself. Oh, maybe that's the book I read, or maybe that's the movie I saw. But the question is, why would you make that up now? And usually we are going to experience something in hypnosis that gives us an answer to something else. So as my clients are going through a session, I'm connecting a lot of dots because we've had a conversation beforehand, and it's like, okay, well, that's why he's experiencing that, and that's the answer to that. So it's going to take a while for you to integrate what happened, but for me, since I do so many of these, I could very quickly connect all the dots and understand why that was experienced. So I see it much different. You know, I have a lot more faith in the process because I understand how it goes. So this is good. So how does it feel like to be on this side of the camera?
It feels surreal. Like I was watching a bunch of Alba's videos, and then now I'm here. So it doesn't. Yeah, it feels like I'm in a dream still. But yeah, just going back to what I was saying too. I think it requires a lot of trust because even though, let's say, an imagery from something you saw in the movie will pop out, but then I think you have to have an intuition and spiritual maturity to realize that popped out for a reason.
Correct.
Right? It's not like, oh, that's because it's not real, but it's all in like divine order.
That's how it is.
You're thinking in a certain way and seeing certain things. And so I just did my best to, whatever pops out, I just try to go with that. Whatever word I get, I just try to say it.
Do you recommend this for other people?
Absolutely, and I don't think this is for everybody. What I mean is, like, this is like a very advanced class. If we're talking like Earth is a school thing, so if you're not comfortable, like just thinking things and like intuitive feelings, and you feel synchronicities and you act upon it, if you're not that type person yet, and if you don't have like an open mind, it'll be just difficult. It'll be difficult to participate. And
well, that's where we talk about the left brain and the right brain. The people who are very analytical sometimes have a hard time because they're trying to make sense out of it, and you can't. You just got to let it go. Have faith and just no expectations. That's how it works. So how did you like coming here to Micanopy?
It's great. It's very serene here. I'm at a perfect time, like right before spring, so the temperature's perfect. Perfect. Not too many bugs, and so it's great. And
how was the cabin last night?
Cabin's good. I like the mattress a lot. It was much better than I expected. It was comfy.
I hope you enjoyed this session, and if you want a session with me, just go to my website, albaweinman.com. You need to sign up for my mailing list. The newsletter comes out once a month with links to either an in-person session here in Northern Florida or on Zoom. So you could be anywhere in the world watching this and you can get a session with me. So thank you all for watching, and I hope I get to meet you in the future. Much love. Bye.
Bye.
Do I get a hug?
Yes.
Ah.
You have to be quick for your appointment.
That's right. Bye.